My name is Danielle, and my child's name is Declan. Declan is about 20 months old. He's almost 2, and he was 20 days old on the day of the procedure. My plan was to breastfeed exclusively. I wasn't going to be heartbroken if it didn't work out, but my goal was to breastfeed exclusively. I first noticed something was wrong with the way my baby was breastfeeding when the lactation specialist came into the hospital room and noticed that the baby wasn't latching properly. And she said that he was chewing on my breast and not sucking. And I had never known what it was supposed to feel like, so I just thought, oh, he never seemed satisfied after a feeding. So that's when I first noticed that there was probably an issue with the way that he was latching. The next day, I had someone from Agave Pediatrics come in. They were just doing a regular exam on Declan and noticed right away, oh, he has tongue tie. Are you having trouble breastfeeding? And I said, well, yeah, I am. What's tongue tie? I've never heard of it before. The lactation specialist would come in every day and a couple times a day and try and help me with the feeding process. And my nipple wasn't coming out into Declan's mouth. We just had a really hard time. It was just a lot of biting, a lot of gumming. It wasn't sucking, so it was very painful. I became worried about him losing weight, and I thought, oh my goodness, I'm gonna give up because it's too much. I don't want him to go without. I felt defeated at that point, and at the same time, I was feeling that one of the nurses came in and she said, you are so patient with him. You are so gentle with him. You are going to be a great mother. You're going to get through this. And so it kind of gave me an extra boost, like, okay, I want to find out more about what's causing this to happen because I should be able to nurse my son. I finally called my sister-in-law, and she was the one who said, oh yeah, your nephew just had to have that done when he was, she did it at the same time as his circumcision. He had also had tongue tie. And she said, it's genetic. Almost immediately after talking to her, I decided, okay, we need to make the phone call. If this is something that's gonna help him, then why not? The day of the procedure was terrifying. I walked into the office, and so I handed him to Dr. Agarwal, and he took him, and I didn't hear any crying coming from the room, and maybe 5 minutes had passed, and he brought Declan back out to me in his arms, and Declan was fine and smiling, and he said, oh, you have such a sweet baby. And I put him in my arms, and I gave him a bottle and brought him home, and he was completely fine. There was no trauma to him at all. He didn't seem fazed by the procedure at all. That night, I had just given him a bath, and I picked him up, and I was holding him in my arms, and I was talking to my husband, and I had on just a knit top, and he started trying to latch through my shirt. And I felt this awkward, I was like, what is this pressure? What is this sucking? And he was doing it through my shirt. So I said, oh my goodness. And so I sat down with him, and I tried nursing, and I just started crying because there was relief. There was that, oh, this is what it's supposed to feel like.